In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And now I have told you before it came to pass, that when it come to pass, ye might believe. John 14, verse 2, 3, and 29. In this video, I'm going to break down the symbolic meaning of this Bible phrase from John 14 for you. That way you can use this and understand exactly what the Bible, what this ancient teaching was trying to tell you from the very beginning. In my Father's house are many mansions. What this means is the simulation that you're living in has infinite realities that exist simultaneously within the hologram, within the simulation. So in the simulation, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. In the simulation, there are many worlds that live within, that are coexisting simultaneously within the multiverse. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. And what the Bible verse is trying to tell you here is going and preparing a place with a feeling state in the future of you already having something, creating a feeling state with your inner dialogue, the pictures in your mind, whether you're visualizing, mentally rehearsing, scripting, or affirming, or asking yourself questions, creating a feeling state in the future. And if you prepare a place with a feeling state in the future, then you are shifting in the multiverse. Then you are shifting to a different mansion within your Father's house, as it was written symbolically in the Bible. So essentially, the Bible was giving you clues here, and it unlocks with your awareness of what consciousness is. And as you grow with your spirituality, you start to understand and start to be able to unlock the codes of this ancient teaching. And as you begin to unlock this ancient teaching, you begin to realize that your feeling states and assuming your wish fulfilled in your Father's mansion in the future, making it now, understanding that your inner dialogue and your inner talking are now leading you and bringing these things to you, attracting these things to you, whatever you desire, because your assumptions attract everything to you. What you're assuming from your wish fulfilled is changing your inner dialogue and actually directing your world and shifting you in the multiverse to a different mansion within your Father's house. Because there is an infinite amount of mansions. The Bible stated many mansions, but really there's an infinite amount of worlds that coexist simultaneously within the hologram, within your simulation or your three-dimensional world that you feel is real. But really, the world is within you being projected out. And this ancient teaching is telling us this symbolically. And as you grow spiritually, you begin to be able to extract that information from the Bible and dissect the codes from the Bible to where you can live the life you're supposed to live by disregarding your three-dimensional world and understanding that it's just a hologram. It's just a simulation. And if you're experiencing a world that you don't want to experience, you don't have to experience that world anymore. By understanding from this ancient teaching that there's an infinite amount of worlds within your Father's house. And you can travel to these different worlds based on how you feel. And if you can hold on to a feeling state of your wish fulfilled, it will transfer you to that world. So now you got to ask yourself the question, are you living in the world? Are you living in the mansion within your Father's house that you want to be living in? And if you're not, why aren't you? You can do this. You can change your feeling states of your wish fulfilled by putting this into practice, by separating yourself from everything else and learning how to direct your feeling states and what you're assuming to be true in your world and shifting in your Father's house, in the multiverse, to the world where you want to live by sustaining a feeling state and focusing on the invisible world, the feelings, your feeling states of your wish fulfilled. What are you assuming is true of your world when you feel your wish fulfilled? This changes everything. This will shift you to a different mansion within your Father's house. And something that you can do to completely change the world that you're living in, shifting into a different mansion within your Father's world, is by speaking to yourself, by asking yourself questions, by becoming more conscious of your feeling states and what you're feeling throughout the day. Are you reacting negatively to things that are happening? Are you looking at them differently? Are you looking at negative things as this is beneficial for me? There's nothing bad that can happen to me. I am the luckiest person in the world. All these things, how would I feel right now if I had all of these things? Whatever I desire, what would I feel right now if I had all of these things? If I was in this relationship, if I had this physique, if I had this amount of money, if I had this car, if I had this house, if I was living in this country, how would I feel right now? Speak to yourself. Ask yourself questions. Keep reminders in your pocket, on your phone. Set alarms. Create all. If you're not living the life that you want to live right now, you're not living in the reality that you want to live. If you're not truly happy and fulfilled, you can change this by practicing these things. And by practicing these things, you're going to shift your identity or change your concept of yourself, which ultimately shifts you in the multiverse into a different mansion of your Father's house. Shifts you just like it was stated in the ancient scripture. How do we change this? We change this by changing our concept of ourselves, which changes our wish fulfilled, which changes our assumptions, which changes our inner dialogue. It changes everything. The images in your mind that are shifting you in the multiverse are all essentially based on who you are. What is your identity? What are you self-identifying as? What is your concept of yourself? And as you start practicing these and you start being diligent and consistent and disciplined by changing and redirecting, what you're conscious of and where your awareness is, what your feeling states are throughout the day, it'll eventually become automatic. You will be shifting worlds constantly, automatically. And remember that if you are reacting negatively to something that happens to you in your world, you are going to stay in that world. You're not going to shift to another mansion within your Father's house or shift in the multiverse. You are going to remain in that world that you just reacted to because you're giving your attention to that world where that happened to you. So you made it real, so then it becomes real. And it's just like what William Blake stated. God is an actor. Satan is a reactor. So if you are reacting to your day's events, so the things that happen to you throughout your day, if you're reacting negatively to those things, you're doing Satan's work. And you're going to be shifting to a world that you don't want to be living in. And that's what Satan does. Satan is a reactor, just like William Blake stated. All right, that is the end of this video, but I'm going to link a card on the screen for you now about how to ask yourself questions to create feeling states and to shift you in the multiverse to where you want to be. So I'm going to put that card on the screen for you now. I'm also going to put a card to one of my favorite sleep meditations as well on the screen for you now. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.